M2s. In this video we are going to make some food, add the code for that food, and remember you have to make 5 different foods, and we will triple them to make a total of 15 things that can be eaten before we get to the key in the center. This will be made clearer when I've made this food and the code. 2 unhealthy foods and 3 healthy. I'm going to make something simple to start with, an unhealthy ice cream. So down we go to our paint tool, and our outline needs to be a kind of ice cream color. Let's zoom this in a bit. Okay, we'll make it here. I thought I had the line. You can always use Control Z to undo things on this, which is handy. So here's our cone that we're making, and now we want to make our chocolate colored ice cream here. I'm going to make it separate here, kind of there, and I can move this into position later. I'm going to convert this to a bitmap now so I can control these things. So on my fill, let's find a nice chocolate color. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, I think around there. So fill this up with our chocolate color, and we can move that by selecting it with this and putting it on the end there. Good. So there's our chocolate ice cream. We get some fill for this. This eyedropper tool is handy for this. Here is our cone. Just want a few bits in there now. Choosing this and some sprinkles. There. So a few little sprinkles on my chocolate ice cream. You can see it over here, that's good. So moving back over to here, I won't rename this at the moment. Let's change this down to about 60%. Okay, so we've got an ice cream up here that we can eat. So let's add the code for this ice cream. As I said before, all code will start with when we click this. So when we eat this ice cream, it will disappear, and when we start a new game, we will want it to reappear. So first thing is to say show, using one of our forever loops again to sense if our Pacman is eating us. Forever if sensing, touching our Pacman, and then our looks will change from show to hide. So let's test that. Okay, off we go, coming down, and in we go. Okay, as you can see, it disappeared. If we press here, it should come back, but the Pacman's on it, so no. So let's press here, and here again. There is our ice cream. Okay, when you eat an ice cream, you get a point. So let's create a variable. Make a variable, and we'll call this point. Okay. So we've got this point variable here, and it shows you the points. So when we eat a food, we will change this variable by 1. Remember, at the beginning of the game, we need to set our variable to 0. So points equals 0 at the beginning, and we get 1 for that. I suggest we test this at every stage. Let's test that. Off we go. Come down. I didn't get a point. Why didn't I get a point? That's why we test my variable. I didn't change this here to point. So good thing we tested it. Down we go. Click again. And you can see we've got 1 point. Clicking here should reset that, and it has. And again for the ice cream. Okay, as this is an unhealthy food, we need our Pacman to get fatter, and we use a broadcast message for this. So broadcast message, make a message in here, and I'm going to call it fat because it's an unhealthy food. Okay, so that's going to broadcast fat. So our receiving Pacman, when I receive fat, will get larger. I want to make sure at the beginning he stays 100%. So on our looks, we're going to set his size here. Oh, it's already in there. Set size to 100. I only need one of those actually, so let's take that away. Set size to 100 in here, and in here we will change the size by, I think 10's okay. So let's try that. Down we come, and off we go. And there, you could see he got bigger. Wasn't a great deal. Now, the code we've created for this sprite here, this ice cream, is the same for all the foods you make. The only difference being, if he eats something healthy, then you would broadcast thin there, and back at the receiving Pacman, when you receive thin, he would change size by -10. I hope that's clear. I'm not going to make all the foods, that's up to you now. But whilst we're here, we have to triple our foods once we've made them all. So let's triple this. There's 2, and there's 3. So now we've got 3 ice creams. Click the, and we'll move them into places where we can't eat them. There's our 3. Keep them close together just so we can demonstrate this. 0 points at the moment, and off we go. 1 point, 2 point, and as you can see he's getting bigger, and he's very big there. So that's the end of the tutorial for how to make foods with a variable called points, and how to broadcast messages back to our Pacman. Bye for now.